Can the carnivore diet prevent Alzheimer's disease? Can the carnivore diet reverse Alzheimer's disease? And the answer is yes, it can, and yes, it can absolutely improve a person's quality of life if they do the carnivore diet. My doctors on my blog call Alzheimer's type 3 diabetes. I've got 123 videos on my blog, and you can find my blog, if you see this on YouTube, in the description below. You can also find a link to my TikTok channel. Please follow me there. If you see this video on TikTok, you can find my blog link on this photo profile. My blog is Cobus Kriel.blogspot.com, also known as carnivoreway.blogspot.com. So check out the following videos. Video number 8, Dr. Candy Barry talks about how to prevent Alzheimer's with the carnivore diet. In video number 40, Professor Tim Noakes explains how important it is to eat animal fat for your brain. Your brain absolutely needs animal fat. Then in video number 6, Brett Lloyd and Dr. Paul Saladino has an interview regarding brain health. Brett suffered from depression, but his father passed away from dementia because of type 2 diabetes. Type 2 diabetes is the leading cause of dementia and Alzheimer's. And that is, of course, of the sugar and the high glucose levels that damage the brain and the neural pathways, causing inflammation in the brain and plaque buildup. So in video number 63, Dr. Paul Mason talks about insulin resistance and Alzheimer's, and he also talks about that in video number 68 on my blog, or perhaps it's video number 67. Anyway, the reason why I want to talk to you about this is the earlier you can correct your high glucose levels in your blood, the earlier you can prevent Alzheimer's disease. Many people won't listen. I have a family member who I spoke with at length on many occasions concerning the carnivore diet, and there was always the fear of Alzheimer's, and yet the person and the family members involved did not take the message seriously. And today, dementia is at the door, and what can you do? The reality is everyone should make their own choices, and if you are really concerned about your mental health and about your brain, you should really check out these videos and make an informed decision. Discuss it with your doctor. There are many other products in animal food. For instance, taurine. Taurine is an amino acid that is only found in meat and in insects. But taurine is used for your nervous system and for your brain and for your heart. 30% of your body's cholesterol is within your brain. So if you take cholesterol medication, you should really reconsider this. Check out video number 9 on my blog about 7 good things cholesterol does. Cholesterol is not the cause of heart disease. Insulin resistance is. Check out video number 60 on my blog. Also check out video number 7, how to reverse type 2 diabetes with the carnivore diet. In the end, the choice is yours, but your loved ones and yourself will live with the consequences of your decisions. What you put into your mouth, what kind of food you put into your mouth, determines in a great extent what kind of quality of life you may experience. Once you have eaten the food, you don't have any control over it. So it's not your fault if you become insulin resistant. It is not your fault if you become fat. It is not your fault if you develop insulin resistance of the brain, type 3 diabetes that my doctors call Alzheimer's. It's not your fault, but it is your fault if you don't consider a low carbohydrate diet, if you don't consider the information to make informed decisions about what you eat. The biggest gift you can give your loved ones is your health, because they are the ones that will have to look after you if your health deteriorates. This means you have a responsibility towards your loved ones about what you eat. This argument of it's my life, it's my choice, it's my body, does not hold water, because if you don't look after your health, if you don't look after your body, who's taking care of you? If you live a life that is full of risk and you increase your risk for things to go wrong in your body, who do you really put at risk? It's not only yourself. You put your family, your loved ones at risk as well. Because first of all, you won't be able to provide for them if you are the breadwinner. And second of all, if you're not the breadwinner and you will be dependent on somebody else to provide for you, because you won't be able to work because of your health condition. And I'm not knocking on anyone who might experience a health condition currently and are not able to work. My sympathy is with you. Don't understand me wrong. I'm not blaming anyone who has circumstances beyond their control. But what I say is, if you can still make the right decisions, make them in time, because for my family member it might be too late. Same happened to Brett Lloyd. He lost his father to dementia This means you have a responsibility towards your loved ones about what you eat. This argument of it's my life, it's my choice, it's my body, does not hold water. Because if you don't look after your health, if you don't look after your body, who's taking care of you? If you live a life that is full of risk and you increase your risk for things to go wrong in your body, who do you really put at risk? It's not only yourself. You put your family, your loved ones at risk as well. Because first of all, you won't be able to provide for them if you are the breadwinner. And second of all, if you're not the breadwinner and you will be dependent on somebody else to provide for you, because you won't be able to work because of your health condition. And I'm not knocking on anyone who might experience a health condition currently and are not able to work. My sympathy is with you. Don't understand me wrong. I'm not blaming anyone who has circumstances beyond their control. But what I say is, if you can still make the right decisions, make them in time. Because for my family member, it might be too late. The same happened to Brett Lloyd. He lost his father to dementia and to kidney failure because of type 2 diabetes. It was too late for his father. Brain health is very important. Mental health is very important. Also check out video number 10 where Dr. Paul Saladino and Dr. Kendi Barry talks about anxiety and mental health and how the carnivore diet helps for that. Also check out video number 28, Amy Berger, a nutritionist who wrote the Alzheimer's antidote. Also check out video number 29 for bipolar. The video about Alzheimer's is video number 67, and the video about taurine and the other amino acids from animal products is video number 104 on my blog. This is part of a frequently asked question video that is on YouTube. I've got a playlist of frequently asked questions, and this is question number 21. I get a lot of the same questions on TikTok, so in future if somebody will ask a question about mental health or Alzheimer's, I'll refer them to question number 21. Also check out video number 35 about how lectins damage your brain, especially in regards with Parkinson's disease. And also check out video number 60 regarding lectins damaging the brain with Parkinson's disease, managing to go through the gut lining with intestinal permeability, going up with the vagus nerves and attach itself to the brain and cause Parkinson's disease in many cases. There's a specific case study that is discussed in video number 60 about how they found out how lectins, which is found in beans, in nightshade, all nightshade vegetables, tomatoes, red and green peppers, chilies, among many other things, that has lectins in it. It's a plant protein that binds with carbohydrates, and in your gut lining, at a certain level, we have a form of carbohydrate in the lining, and the lectins bind with these carbohydrates in the gut lining, and it managed to go through things that exacerbate intestinal gut permeability, is alcohol, gluten, and some medications as well, among other things. So with the carnivore diet, we eliminate all these plant toxins, as well as all carbohydrates and processed food. We only eat animal products, and we only cook with animal fats. We don't cook with seed oils at all. Very interesting enough, sunflower oil becomes trans fat when you heat it up, and canola oil is a natural insect repellent. Don't use it to cook. Another factor to remember concerning Alzheimer's and dementia is high acid levels. High acid levels put you at risk of 44% risk of vascular dementia. What happens is the veins and the arteries become hard because of high uric acid levels. So many people think of high uric acid levels as a level of 7, because that's where gout and arthritis start. But if you have high acid levels from 5.5 and upwards, you start to get that it damages the veins in the arteries. It becomes hard and not elastic. So there's a 44% risk of vascular dementia. There's also a 32% risk of stroke because of high acid levels. So we reverse high acid levels with the carnivore diet. See my other videos about insulin resistance and how we reverse insulin resistance. But it comes from your kidneys. We reverse insulin resistance by cutting out all carbohydrates and eating animal products, and we don't cook with unsaturated seed oils such as canola and sunflower, which cause you further to be insulin resistant. Also, don't use too much salt, which may also contribute to insulin resistance. See my other videos about that as well, Q66 and Q65. So insulin resistance upregulates uric acid retention on the kidneys, and then you get high uric acid levels. But we are reversing insulin resistance with the carnivore diet, and thus we are reversing high acid levels in the body. So your brain can run on ketones. Very interesting study was done where it was proven that when you get Alzheimer's, your brain loses the capacity to run on glucose. Our brains typically, on a Western type of diet, runs on glucose, and you'll find many people that say that you absolutely need glucose for your brain to run, but it's not true. Your brain can perfectly run fine on ketones. So there's a study that proved that when you get Alzheimer's, your brain loses the capacity to run on glucose by 55%. So in order to reverse that process or improve your situation, it's advisable to consider the carnivore diet or a ketogenic diet. The carnivore diet, of course, is a ketogenic diet because you'll go into ketosis and your body will produce ketones. In fact, your brain runs perfectly well on ketones, and in fact it runs better on ketones. Children, for instance, that get epilepsy are often put on a ketogenic diet, and the epilepsy symptoms or epilepsy improves with the ketogenic diet. So there's a lot to say about glucose in the brain, as I said earlier in the first part of this video. So if you are serious about your mental health and about your cognitive abilities, consider the carnivore diet. As I said, many people later on in life suffer from illnesses like dementia and Alzheimer's, but then it's almost too late to do something. You can improve it, as I said, but why would you want to wait until type 2 diabetes destroys the brain? And of course it's the glucose that destroys the brain. But as I said in the B part of this video, it's not only the glucose, it's also high uric acid levels, which causes your veins not to be elastic, which causes you to have damage in the brain, and arteries and veins that actually are not elastic anymore and get damaged. So consider the carnivore diet and spread this message for your loved ones, because the biggest gift you can give to your loved ones is your health, and it starts with mental health and your brain function. Very important. So I had many people that say they will not consider the carnivore diet, but then later on in life they might pick up problems like dementia and Alzheimer's because of type 2 diabetes complications. Type 2 diabetes is absolutely reversible with the carnivore diet, and we do so often within 18 days. See my testimonial playlist on my YouTube channel, where I interview people who reverse their type 2 diabetes. And as we know, type 2 diabetes is one of the things that will destroy the brain, but it's avoidable. Consider the carnivore diet. If your kidneys are still functional, you can do the carnivore diet. Even if you have stage 3 kidney failure, but from stage 4, with other words 30% and less kidney function, you'll struggle to do the carnivore diet because of the high protein intake. As always, discuss it with your doctor.